Oh, excuse me. Man, today is just one of those days, isn't it? What's going on, guys? It is Cooper88, also known as Steve, and welcome to the incredible adventures of Van Helsing. A almost linear action RPG game based in the same vein as Diablo. It's very much a Diablo clone. And a little bit of background on this game. This game is an action RPG. It very much is a Diablo clone. And it features 3 classes in the entire game. This game was originally on PC. It is now 2 of the 3 games in the trilogy have been ported to console. And it is a very interesting game, I'll say that much. It's very interesting because the entire premise of the game is you play as the son of legendary monster hunter Van Helsing. And the game also takes place in an alternative 19th century Eastern Europe, and you're going as the son of Van Helsing to the town of Borgovia, because your father has gotten a letter and is summoned to help with whatever is going down over in Borgovia. So your job is to figure out what is going on in Borgovia that your father has been summoned. Your father's basically retired and no longer takes any contracts or anything, so you are now the seasoned monster hunter carrying on the family tradition. And that ghostly woman that is on the screen, that is Katarina. Katarina is a spectral wraith / wart, and she is bounded to the Van Helsing family. Your father rescued her years ago, and so she's kind of your companion or sidekick throughout this entire adventure. And it's optional to have her help you, defend you, go into town to buy stuff, etc. and so forth. So she's a multifaceted character that is part of the entire trilogy. Now, as Van Helsing, you have 3 different classes. When the game originally started, you only had the Hunter, which is the classic, with the guns and swords, and it's the only class that you can switch in between the 2. Later on in the game, they added 2 DLC classes to the PC version that have been ported over to consoles as a full package thing, which is the Thermitage. And the Thermitage is basically your mage or wizard class, and probably my least favorite, just because certain parts of it are kind of hard to master, as far as like the spells and getting the spells to work a certain way, etc. or so forth. So it's a very interesting class to kind of get strategic with, but a class that I would not recommend playing right off the bat. I would recommend the Hunter or the Arcane Mechanic. Now, the one that we're going to be doing for this is the Arcane Mechanic, which is basically a Hunter that uses steampunk, alchemy, and modern science to defeat your opponents, the monsters that you're going to be facing in this game's world. The game pretty much speaks for itself. It is not a game that is to be taken lightly, and as some reviews have said later on, it's the kind of game where you eventually just kind of get irritated because of the fact that the game just starts rather than getting tougher and you feeling like you're accomplishing something, you have mobs just thrown at you wave after wave. And I kind of disagree with that in the fact that if you're a monster hunter, you should be able to take on mobs of enemies, but I'm sure you guys are done hearing me talk. You want to play the story, so let's take Noob Slayer here, who is the arcane mechanic, and we're going to go ahead and run through the game using the arcane mechanic. Now, if you guys want to see me do a playthrough with the Thermitage or even the Hunter, I will gladly do the Hunter or the Thermitage. I may even put it on Twitch. I actually did a short stream on Twitch, but when I thought about it, I didn't feel like doing a long-winded playthrough, just for time, and also the fact that, well, I just feel like YouTube is a better fit, considering that the game is, for the most part, kind of short. It doesn't take very long to complete, but I thought I would at least give people a preview. If this is a series that you guys want me to continue with, I will gladly do so, but I consider it just kind of a preview. You guys get to kind of see what the game's about, how the game works, and you'll get to see probably one of my favorite classes in action. So, hope you guys enjoy, and let's go ahead and get into the game and get into the story.
It all began with a call for help. A letter from Borgovia addressed to Van Helsing, the great monster slayer, my father. He doesn't take cases anymore, but I am a hunter too. So I set off on a journey with Lady Katarina, my remarkable companion. I'm an expert on the supernatural, and I seem to be drawn to it. Occasionally events get out of control, and then we have to leave in quite a hurry. Sometimes it's Katarina's fault. She can be quite reckless at times. Still, she always helps me save the day. And she also happens to be a ghost. My father rescued her from Borgovia, and she has been bound to serve our family ever since. Katarina often complains about it, but I think she really likes the thrill of the adventure. She is a charming soul, but she also has a darker side. Good. It comes in helpful when I'm in danger. Somewhere along the way, we slowly learned to work together, and finally in the cold rain of Venice, we became a team. The last leg of the journey was by sea. Apart from the Kraken, the pirates, and the storms, it was mostly uneventful. I had time to ponder my mission. Once Borgovia was a dark place where monsters lived. Long ago, my father defeated the immortal kings, created a peace treaty, and entrusted the land to some enlightened individuals. What could have happened there? What could be even more frightening than the reign of monsters? The closer we drew to Borgovia, the more confusing the rumors became. The land behind the Thunderhead Mountains was wrapped in mystery. As our carriage approached the mountain pass, I had a sense of foreboding. It didn't really surprise me when I heard an explosion. The adventure has just begun. Katarina, shouldn't you help me out with this?
I don't care.
Please.
Get
You're
him!
just some bunch of outlaws. See, it wasn't that difficult, was it?
Okay,
So this is how they welcome folk around here.
Yes. Why? It is an ancient and venerable tradition.
Okay. Let's hop to it, guys. And these are just all the trophies and awards that I've gotten for completing various events throughout throughout the many multiple campaigns and whatnot that I've done across multiple characters. So it's all the different trophies and various things that I have done. So let's see. So we gotta reach another city. Oh, there we go. I was trying to find Katarina's assist thing. Like, see, you can set her behavior to where she'll target certain enemies, just be ethereal, and she can attack enemies at range, or she will gather various objects, set values, and you can send her to the store, etc. So let's boil down, and this is top down, so you can't always see your character. But let's play as the arcane mechanic for a bit, and you guys will get to see kind of what this game is like. Like I said, very Diablo-esque. And we're just... And of course, both the Thermitage and the Arcane Mechanic are ranged classes. Then again, so is the Hunter, but the Hunter is the only class that actually will actually resort to using melee as well.
Oh my, that was stupid.
I'm impressed, actually. They do have a sense of theatrics.
We could still fly over the chasm.
Really?
Oh, right. Sometimes I forget how human you are.
We should follow the normal pathway there.
Okay. I'll do this just to kind of show you guys, like, the fact that there is definitely some perks and whatnot. So it goes without saying you got Rage, which is kind of like a power-up thing. Let's see. What we'll do is we'll get this. What is this? Oh, I gotta be level 4 to get that. Okay. We're not going to necessarily get any power upgrades for this quite yet. Mainly because in doing some testing, because nobody actually did any playthroughs, we're gonna try to get the Cull Trap or Clatta Trap, whatever you want to call it, grenade, because that's actually going to leave like a small like shrapnel field for enemies to go through, and that's going to come in real big handy. It's gonna come in real big handy, so we're gonna put that over there, and this over here for now. Nice little flamethrower. Let's get through here. And we're just gonna kind of breeze through this. We're just gonna breeze right through the game here. Gonna kind of see what's what. And it'll be good, guys, I promise. And you can also send inventory stuff to Katarina, like any spare items and stuff, because you're not just playing as Van Helsing, but as you guys can tell, she is a major component to combat. I usually keep her on melee because she's a good, she's kind of a good tank. She's a good little tank-like character to be able to just send out and ravage through foes. So I always like to keep her necessarily on melee, just to kind of keep enemies at bay. But you can send extra unwanted inventory items and whatnot to her, and you can actually equip them onto her, making her attacks, stronger. She's basically, you can basically buff her character with swords and guns. It's more like she's built more to be used by the hunter class, which was the original class in the game before any of this got added to the PC version. Because originally the PC version only had the hunter, and actually the Thermitage and Arcane Mechanic came afterwards. So Katarina basically plays by the hunter rules, which does come in handy because sometimes you get a lot of hunter items that need to be taken out.
Look, a domovoi with a bag full of treasure.
We're not gonna be able to catch this guy.
What's the matter with him?
Won't be able to catch him necessarily, but we are
looked
going.
Like he'd seen a ghost.
No, don't blame this on me. You started chasing him.
So we're going to use our flamethrower, and we are going to roast some weenies here. And by weenies, I mean the thieves. Now you have different stats. Body not only is your HP, but it also gives bonus to your melee and defense. Dexterity is for your dodge and your ranged damage, which you'll see me do a lot since the Arcane Mechanic is a ranged-based character. Willpower basically is your mana refill, like extends your mana, and they call it the spell power, which is basically how much damage your mana induced attacks use. And of course you get different perks that you can earn / use throughout the entirety of the game. Now of course we require level 4. And we're going to keep this. Good. So we're going to up the damage on this. We're going to check our perks now because it opened it. And now we got Pyrotechnician, which will give our fire damage a 10% boost. And as soon as we reach level 4, we'll start putting points into the...
Swallow us whole.
Bury him in the woods.
And
I want the
still no
hat.
sign of a decent inn.
Why would you need an inn? You're a ghost.
So I'm supposed to spend the rest of my nights among the trees like a peasant girl who got lost in the woods.
I'd love the idea.
There we go. I love the banter between Van Helsing and Katarina because they play off each other so well antagonistically. And of course, you can upgrade Katarina just like you can any other character. And she has the same stats, if you will. So we're going... You're going to see me do this quite a lot, like go into the inventory and just like update all my gear. Just so that way I am on top of everything. There we go. Because you want to make sure that your gear is level properly. I like the game for what it is. This is definitely one of those like hidden gem games.
Stop right there. Easy, lad. They are. No.
Fine.
This is definitely a hidden gem game. So you definitely know. So you definitely know that it will not pop up on anybody's list unless people play a lot of Diablo clones or indie-esque games. But for an indie game, this is certainly fun. Despite the problems, it is a very addicting game. It's a very fun game. If you're somebody that likes the Diablo series, but you aren't really sure if you want to invest all the hours and stuff, this game's like a little bit lighter with that, but just be aware that you have to upgrade very carefully. But the game, in terms of story and whatnot, is very linear. It's a very linear kind of story. Just because it makes you think.
What is that?
You didn't recognize it? That's the ink.
The dark material of creation and dreams. But that's a myth.
Borgovia is the only place where the ink leaks through the cracks of the world.
So you can enter the ink here.
Yes, and then you can travel below or behind this world and appear at certain places. That's the ink walk.
Oh, you mean teleport.
That is such a cliched word.
Now, just on instinct, I kind of feel bad because I skipped over a lot of dialogue that I probably shouldn't had. But the basic gist is those two men were stopping Katarina and Van Helsing and basically telling Van Helsing, you know, hey, you know, you're nothing but a troublemaker. And Van Helsing's like, hey, I'm a monster hunter. And, you know, Katarina's like, you know, oh, so I'm not allowed either. And the guy's like, oh no, he goes, the royalty of this land, you know, is free to haunt at any time that they choose. And then Katarina tells them, oh yeah, you know, he's just my manservant. Van Helsing gets angry, says we're going to talk about this later, and Katarina just dryly and sarcastically goes, oh no, you know, don't thank me for, you know, helping get us into the city. You know, no, not at all. And now we're here in the town, and as you heard, yeah, the world of monsters and everything is the ink. Make all your, like, Bindi jokes that you want, but yeah, there's, like, an alternate world that you can go in and out of. And that's the world of the ink. The ink is basically it's basically the alternate world, the world between worlds, if you will. in the Van Helsing universe. And you'll see what I mean when I actually get through the...
A proper hunter, at last.
And suddenly someone appreciates me.
Bah! They all forgot that monsters are dangerous. That's what peace does to you.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about Borgova?
Talk to the alchemist, if you can. But the Romany travelers put a curse on him, so he can't speak anymore.
Oh, they love curses. It's nice to see that they are sticking to tradition.
Katerina, please. How can I help that poor man?
Go to the Romany tribe and ask them to remove the curse.
Okay, so we got our first side quest, which is we have to help the alchemist regain his voice. And I love the priest. The priest makes me laugh. Gogori the Elder.
This forest is my temple. Science smells like brimstone. Have you said your prayers today? Repent, the end is nigh.
Just the nutty stand.
They're watching us. Mighty creatures control us from above. Did you see that? Something poked me. Ah! It happened again. It hurts. It tickles. Now it hurts again. Stop it, whatever you are. What if I told you that we are not even real? They're watching us. Mighty creatures control us from above.
And of course, the two-headed cow, I gotta go over here and do this.
Moo. Moo? Moo. I said moo. Fine. Yes, I can talk. So what? Leave me be. Moo you.
The mayor has ordered a curfew. The monsters have been trying to sneak into the village during the night.
You know, this brings back some great childhood memories. A hat, a leather coat, and a whip for sale. Good condition, slightly worn.
I already have a hat. Still, a whip could have been useful at the bridge. A girl and a boy lost in the woods. Hansel and...
I think your father already covered that one ages ago. Reward! Stolen magic ring. Coming from a set of 20, this one is the most powerful.
Leave it. I don't care about lost trinkets. Adventuring party needs a healer. What is this?
I haven't a clue.
The references.
Enjoy the bathhouses of the Elizabeth Bathory Rejuvenation Palace. I don't think so.
Which reminds me that you never rest. It will take its
A
toll.
girl and a boy lost in the woods. Hansel and...
Okay,
I
that's
think your father
clever.
already
I like
covered
that.
one ages ago.
Hansel and Gretel, Lord of the Rings, a talking cow, a guy who believes that this world is like the Matrix, an overzealous priest, a World of Warcraft or MMO based like pun about healers, and what have you, and Indiana Jones. I'm presuming that's Indiana Jones. Yeah, there we go. Indiana Jones reference. I'm sorry if like you're hearing weird noises. I have like really bad sinus congestion, so that's why I sound very nasally, or I just am. You're like hearing like snorting sounds. It's because I'm trying to clear my sinus passages, and it's really obnoxious and annoying.
Could you repeat that, please? Fine. Maybe later.
See, can't even talk to him. I just think that's funny. Anyway, destruction.
Welcome, stranger, my lady.
And a good day to you. We must get to Borgova. The bridge has collapsed.
Then you need to talk to the village mayor, who knows the pathway through the forest.
And where do I find him?
He went out to investigate a wagon that got lost on the forest road with some valuables. He hasn't returned yet.
It's never that easy, my dear Van Helsing.
Indeed it is not, Katerina. Well, okay, so we gotta rescue the mayor now. We gotta rescue the mayor. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. Ah, level 5. Okay. And let's put that in place. Ooh. Do we get any perks? Extended abilities. Ah! Ooh, that could be useful. 100%. And Katerina also has her own attacks, before I forget. So you can create, like, mirage illusions that also attack enemies. Like various other things. Hang on, allow me to look. Shut up. Because see, you got tricks, which is basically like, you know, all your different things, so yeah, you can also deploy turrets and a whole bunch of other things. Auras are basically just like passives. They're basically passives that you can use in the game. We got a mechanical spider. Let's see what our spider ally can do here. So far we are... Ooh, yeah, we'll go ahead and take that. I mean, so far we're rocking it. Not really hurting any.
Puzzle. Let me see. The wagon was attacked by the soldiers.
And werewolves.
No, the distribution of the paw print is all wrong. They just rushed in and out.
Did you just say distribution?
And this track here?
Is deeper. The beast was carrying someone. I'm impressed.
As you should be.
Right. Let's go find us a werewolf lair.
Distribution. I don't know why, but I guess I find that funny, you know, obviously because Katarina is a 16th century ghost, she actually is using modern day terms. But I'm always kind of confused by that part. Because I don't get what made Van Helsing kind of make that comment to her.
I need healing potions.
Oh, she's about to die. There we go. Oh, we're definitely cutting a rug with this. I am loving this. But anyway, guys, I hope that you all are enjoying this, because I
need healing potions.
Inventory is full.
Uh-oh. I believe have run out of room in our inventory. Indeed we have. Holy crap. Hey, what's up? As I said before at the beginning, if I probably sound really nasally, and that's just because of both a little bit of allergies and also because 2-second duration. Shrapnel field also slows enemies by 80%. We'll do that.
Inventory is full.
So I forgot I gotta empty my inventory. Okay, and all this off to Katarina. Yeah, I'm a little stuffy and a little nasally right now because my sinuses are pretty badly clogged. I'm not gonna lie, it's annoying, but I kind of also get the how and the why of it. Because, you know, obviously it's allergy season, everybody's gonna be pretty stuffy, pretty stuffed up. But I figured I'd try to get some content out today. Do you have a Discord? I definitely have Discord, but I've not really used it that much.
Believe me, I know your favorite song. Listen.
I haven't really had much of a chance to use it. I'm kind of...
Good day to you, sir.
But
No
I do have
greetings
one.
for
I
me?
do have a
Where are
Discord.
your
I
manners?
just
I
I don't
didn't
use
send
it
you
all
away
that
with a
often,
warning
but
sign.
I came on
mainly
behalf.
because
It might
there's
even
not.
be true, but he is so. What do you want?
I have all sorts
I help you.
I wouldn't worry about that, guys, just because it's just a side quest where basically you meet with the Romani leader. He basically tells you, okay, kill this rare animal to add to my collection and I'll remove the curse. You know, it's no point in really listening to that particular conversation. But anyway, back to what I was saying. No, I haven't found much of a reason to really use my Discord, but I think that's just because...
Another dead soul.
Don't say dead soul. We're not dead souls. We're corporally impaired beings.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
I love the dialogue. No, the only reason I started a Discord was so I could follow one of my other favorite YouTubers and a few other people, but I haven't quite exactly found a use for Discord yet. Unlike most people. Do you like the Superior Spider-Man? The cartoon or the comic series?
Where am I? Marina will...
Oh, he's...
Are you jealous?
Nonsense.
You can control other ghosts?
Weak ones, yes.
Heavens no.
The heavens no. I don't want to see you control other ethereal beings. Wasn't really honestly a big fan of it from a certain perspective. When Katarina dies, air quotes, she falls into a weakened state for a short time. Nah, I wasn't that big a fan of the comic series. Ooh, this is how we run away, run away, run away. There we go. No, I don't want to. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't a very big fan of the Superior comics. I mean, for obvious reasons, but also I just... it's one of those, like, it could have worked in concept, but in execution, it kind of really didn't. I honestly kind of gathered that part, actually. I kind of gathered that part of it came from probably a love of polar bears to... From a love of polar bears to a pretty much a... whatchamacallit there... no, I'm trying to focus on two different things at once, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. Well, with most names, people don't put two and two together. For me, I'm like, okay, Ice Bear, he's probably somebody who loves polar bears. And the Superior part, okay, you know, he talks comic shop. He's talked comics shop with me before,
have any healing potions.
so he's probably a Superior Spider-Man fan. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. It just takes a little bit of guesswork. But, okay, where am I going? Let me clear this up first, and I'll go back to the Alchemist. Probably show you guys the ink.
Aye, you did
That's
it.
mighty.
Probably clear up the... So let's go back to town. Hey, you know what, man? Everybody's got to get creative. Unfortunately, my name does not really take much. What's funny is, not even just the gaming channel, but my main vlog channel, that actually didn't take much creative premise, because at first I was just simply watching videos on YouTube, and I happen to be a big fan of the Sly Cooper games, and I made those towards my late teens, early 20s anyway. So when I first started doing YouTube videos, that was back when I was 18 or 19, I want to say, when I created that, maybe like 17. And I only ever watched videos, and then eventually I started doing vlog stuff and was figuring out what I wanted to do, which is why I came up with the lesser known but awesome hero stuff that got badly recorded. And then eventually I started doing more serious vlogs and figuring out kind of what I wanted to do on YouTube specifically. And now it's just predominantly a vlog channel where every once in a while I come in and I just talk about stuff that's on my mind. I haven't shot a video in a while, but I probably should. And then eventually because I liked a lot of Let's Plays, and I finally figured out that I could stream/record stuff here on my PS4, I thought, okay, I'll start doing YouTube gaming. And then eventually it went to Twitch streaming, and now we're kind of at the point that it is now, which is me basically doing gaming videos for YouTube and Twitch, and hoping someday to get that status, so to speak, of where people will want to tune into the content that I put out. But we'll see how that goes. I'm not expecting it to be super successful, but I'm just hoping that it will eventually reach hoping it'll reach a point where I'll be able to have fun with it. As far as my favorite Batman movie, I've had a few actually. It's somewhere between Batman Begins and Batman Returns. Both of those movies to me are neck and neck as far as the best Batman movies, just because they kind of personify to me the way Batman should be portrayed, which is the whole, I don't know, that's the one thing that I always credit Tim Burton with, is the fact that Tim Burton found a way to make Batman's world interesting in a very pseudo kind of fashion. I can tell you right now, Ock would probably beat Bruce. But then again, it's one of those to where I know Ock would win, but at the same time, given the fact that Ock is a very egotistical man, I probably think Bruce is going to play on his ego and eventually take him down. Because if there's anything that we know about Ock as a character, is he's a very vain man. He does not like being proven wrong. So you take a character like Bruce, who knows that he can play on that ego, and he'll probably it'll be probably more like he makes him act stupid. He makes Ock make a fool of himself, rather than the other way around.
I gather you were the one who helped me, yes?
I had selfish reasons. I need
Science happened.
Which means?
That there are experiments where you create a monster. And Borgover is a monster now.
That is really helpful.
There is a well in...
And how can I help you with
If
that?
you could climb
I had
down...
a feeling you'd say.
So the alchemist is basically telling... The alchemist is basically telling us that, oh yeah, you know, all these bad things are happening. Doesn't allude to much else. So, okay guys, we've helped rescue the alchemist's voice, so we'll go ahead and do the ink. We'll go into the ink well, and then I'll probably show you guys how the ink works, and then after this, I'm probably gonna stop the video right here. So like in Mad Love with the Joker. I unfortunately have not gotten the chance to read Mad Love, but it is on my Batman reading list. But definitely, yeah, the biggest way to get past Ock and more or less Ock's intelligence is, yeah, just make him kind of feel foolish. Like, use his own ego against him. And that will probably be what brings him down the most. What do we got? Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, good. This. Mastery level. Oh, bonus speed. Batman the Animated Series. Oh! Oh, wait a minute. I think I know which episode you're talking about now, if it's from the animated series. Yeah, something very similar to that. Something kind of similar to that. Go on, Katarina. There you go. She's taken forever. So yeah, in case you guys haven't noticed, as I'm walking around here, this is pretty much the beginning and end of what the ink actually is. It's just an alternative land where pretty much you're walking across floating islands in what I can only describe as a Doctor Strange dark dimension kind of setting. So it's not the worst kind of thing in the world, but it's definitely not subtle. Do you want me to link it? Not necessarily right now, because I'm gonna probably after I'm done with this mission, I'll probably stop the video and then just kind of go take another decongestant, maybe kind of watch a little bit little bit of YouTube and probably either go eat dinner or wait for my mother to get back, because I know she said she wanted
Inventory is full.
she wanted to do some stuff with me. So it'll all really depend on what she wants to do when she gets back. She hasn't told me anything, which I kind of am a little nervous about, because I don't like being surprised, especially when it comes to her. Because she tends to go a little overboard with some things, shall we say. So I'm a little nervous. But we'll see what she does. But now I'll have to try to get the Discord stuff and everything from you if I can remember. Lately I'm just slowly trying to get back into the thick of things because of how my summer's gone this far, and also with all this stuff. I'm just trying to take it easy because I know with these allergies it's not going to go away anytime soon. So I'm just kind of trying to subtly do videos, but also have a little bit of fun in between, because there's no point in worrying about something that probably is not going to happen. And plus, I doubt anybody's really going to honestly...
Not enough space.
I swear, I have to keep throwing everything at her. So... yeah. It's a mom thing. It's a mom thing. It's nothing bad. It's just... it's a mom thing.
Wonderful, thank you. I can do science again.
My pleasure.
God, the voice acting.
Not enough space.
The voice acting kills me. Like, really, truly. Like, I know I shouldn't laugh at the voice acting, but it's too hilarious to me. It's like, I can do science again. It's like, why is this voice actor doing this? Like, it's so creepy. Summoned minions last 20% longer. We're gonna get extended durability because this spider will probably be my best ally for fighting fighting through the hordes. It's just awesome. I got my own little mechanical spider buddy to help me kind of fight the horde. But yeah, I guess real quick before I do the outro, what is it about Ock's version of Spider-Man that you found the most intriguing? I wouldn't necessarily lump him in the same category quite like John Paul Valley, but I can kind of maybe see the resemblance. I don't know why, but I just love the flamethrower. Excuse you, don't be blowing up in my face. Rude. Rude little spider minion thingy. But alright guys, I think this is a good enough preview, give you guys a small bit of what this game technically is. If you guys want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully a few of y'all are able to get in there and let me know any possible ideas for games, or just kind of stuff that I've already done on the channel that you want to see me kind of do more of. I'm trying to build this channel, but I'm also trying to get within reason and within my budget, obviously, like certain series or games that, hey, you know, everybody kind of wants to see, and not necessarily long-winded ones like Mass Effect or Dragon Age or Fallout, because I'd have a bazillion videos doing those. But just, you know, games like this that it'll be a long-form series, but they're not going to be like super exaggeratedly long, where it's like 50 to 100 videos. But anyway guys, I'll leave that up to all of y'all, and to anybody that follows me on Twitch and whatnot as well. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video for The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. Rate, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And as always guys, I will see you all in the next one.